Okay, my dear girls, let's complete our new lesson for today. It's the reading class. Our story is My Brother Martin, which is speaking about the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And it's written by Christine King, which is his sister. And we said that this story is a biography, which means a story of a real person told by someone else. Okay, let's now see the high frequency words. The first word is ancestors. Ancestors. These people are ancestors of people living today. So who are the ancestors? They are people from whom you are descended, such as your great-grandparents. Okay, so the ancestors are the people from whom you are descended, such as your great-grandparents. So let's say the word together again. Ancestors. Repeat after me. Ancestors. Okay. Number 2, we have the word avoided. Avoided. The boy avoided hitting the cone. The boy avoided hitting the cone. Avoided means kept away from. Kept away from. Yes, to keep out of the way of. So let's say the word again. Avoided. Avoided. Generations. Generations. If you see here in that picture, you will find that it has many generations. So this shows 3 generations of one family. Generations are all people born about the same time, or the time from the birth of one generation to the birth of the next generation. Again, generations are all people born about the same time, or the time from the birth of one generation to the birth of the next generation. So here you have the kid, this is a generation, and you have his father, his mother, his uncle. All of these are another generation, and you have the grandparents, the grandma, grandpa, and so on. Okay, let's say the word together, girls. Generations. Repeat after me. Generations. Minister. Minister. This minister is waving streamers. What is a minister? A minister is a spiritual guide or a member of the clergy. So again, the minister is a spiritual guide or a member of the clergy. What is the meaning of this? He is like a priest. Priest is a person who had been trained in order to do or perform religious duties, religious duties, especially طبعا in the church. Like here, this minister gave an interesting sermon last Sunday. Okay, so the minister is a spiritual guide or a member of the clergy, which means the priest, which had been trained to perform religious duties. Okay, let's say the word minister. Minister. Okay, after that we have the word numerous. Numerous. There are numerous buttons in this collection. Numerous means very many, a lot of. Okay, so say the word again. Numerous. Numerous. Pulpit. Pulpit. A minister stands at this pulpit during the service. A pulpit is a raised platform in a church from which the pastor preaches or guests speak. It is that part, girls, where the person stands to say or to tell his speech. Okay, so it is a raised platform in a church from which the pastor or the priest preaches or guests speak. Okay, let's say the word together. Pulpit. Pulpit. Shielding. Shielding. These hands are shielding a light. Shielding means protecting, protecting or defending. Okay, let's say the word again. Shielding, shielding. Pulpit, pulpit. Numerous, numerous. Minister, minister. Generations, generations. Avoided, avoided. Ancestors, ancestors. Okay, so now I want you to open your books, Readers and Writers books, page 387. Okay, that's your homework today. Your Readers and Writers book, page 387. Okay, now open your books, page 391. It is a vocabulary strategy. Root words. Sometimes when you encounter an unknown word, you should use the strategy of examining the word's structure and looking for identifiable word parts that help you understand the word meaning. So if you don't know a word, or if you don't know a meaning of a word, you have to look for a word that you really understand, or really know, you really understand the meaning of it. Okay? And that's called the root word. It is a word that other words are made from. Sometimes the root words are also called as a base word. For example, the root word for shielding is shield. The root word for numerous is number. The root word for generations is generate, which means to begin. A generation includes all people born in the same period of time. Also, the root word for avoided is avoid, which means to stay away from. So in that strategy, we are going to use it to examine the word structure and looking for the base word or the root word that we understand, that help us to understand the word meaning. That root word and other familiar word parts will help us to identify the word's meaning. Okay, let's see here. Read the following letter, then answer the question below. Dear Dr. King, I saw you speak today in front of numerous people. I could tell that you truly care about shielding people from danger today and making sure future generations are safe. As well, I know it must be hard to talk about equal rights when some people in this country are against it. You could have avoided the jail time you spent by just living out your days as a minister. However, you believed that change would not come that way. I admire your courage. Sincerely, Mrs. Roberta Watson. So, question number 1. What do the word avoid and avoided means? What is the difference between them? So here, if you see there, he said for us that avoided is, or the root form for avoided is the word avoid, which means to stay away from. And we said before, girls, sometimes we add ed to the verb in order to change it to the past. So avoid means to stay away from. Avoided means stayed away from. So avoided is the past tense of avoid. Okay, question number 2. What word in the passage had the same root as number? Here, he make it easy for us. The root word for the word numerous is number. So here you will find that numerous is the word which has the same root as number. How is the word's meaning related to the meaning of number? Because numerous means many, and numbers are used to count quantity. Number 3. Think about a shield piece of armor used in a battle. What does a shield do? So here it protects soldiers in a battle. So what does shielding mean? Shielding means protecting. Number 4. A generation includes all the people who are born at the same time. For example, all people born in the 1990s are from the same generation. What do you think future generations mean? So, generation, people born in the same period of time. So for us, all those born between the years, for example, 2030 to 2040, these are the future generations for us. Okay, girls? So that's for our lesson today about my brother Martin. This is the introduction for my brother Martin Luther King. Your homework will be the page that in your Readers and Writers book, page 387. And I want to make a nice activity for you. I want a video from you introducing yourself as a little teacher, explaining for me or the high frequency word, or predicting what are you going to learn in that story. I'm waiting for your videos. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.